artificial maple seeds that can fly and help scientists. Researchers from Dumbbele University in Finland and the University of Pittsburgh in the US have created a tiny robot. It copies the spinning motion of real maple seeds. When released into the air, the artificial seeds can track the surrounding area and collect samples in hard-to-reach places. The researchers applied a special material to the seeds. It enables them to change shape when they're exposed to light. This helps the seeds spin and move through the air in a controlled way, so they can collect data in different places. In fact, these seeds are even better than real ones. They can change direction more easily and travel farther in the wind. To further dive into possible uses of these tiny robots, researchers have connected them to GPS and sensors. Because of these features, the seeds can check environmental factors like pH levels and heavy metal pollution. This technology could also be useful for search and rescue tasks as well as animal studies. It is possible for these artificial seeds to become an important tool across several fields in the future.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to English for You. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And Elsie, I have a question. Have you noticed that technology is moving so fast these days? I mean, it seems like every time we turn around, there's something new.
I know. It's so crazy. We have AI computer assistants, self-driving cars, and even robots that can perform surgery. It's really cool how technology keeps advancing.
I know, right? And speaking of new technology, today, everyone, we're talking about something really interesting. Tiny robots inspired by nature.
That sounds almost like science fiction.
It does, well, kind of. Let's take a look and find out more about our article. Artificial maple seeds that can fly and help scientists.
环境监测新利器人工枫树种子
Our article starts off, everyone, by saying researchers from Tampere University in Finland and the University of Pittsburgh in the US have created a tiny robot.
哇，我们一开始就看到 researcher 指的是研究人员，那在我们的主词当中呢，放的是复数型。那如果我们要说做关于点点点的研究，可以说 do research on something。所以课文开头告诉我们，来自芬兰坦佩雷大学与美国匹兹堡大学的研究人员创造出一种微型机器人。Sounds so cool.
I know, I want a tiny robot maybe.
Me too.
Well, continuing on, it says it copies the spinning motion of real maple seeds. And there, everyone, we see the verb spin, which is to turn around and around quickly. So an example sentence, my friend James can spin a basketball on his finger.
Spin 这个动词是旋转，那它的过去式或过去分词呢是 spun, S-P-U-N。那 spin 这个字呢可以是不及物动词，就是呢后面不需要加上受词的。比如说 The top spins for a long time. 陀螺旋转了很久。那这个单字也可以做及物动词，就是后面你要加上受词的。好，比如说呢旋转某物。For example, he spun the wheel. 他旋转轮子。那文中的 spinning 它是一个现在分词做形容词的用法，表示旋转的。所以课文说它也就是 tiny robots 微型机器人模仿了枫树种子的旋转运动。
Continuing, everyone, it says, when released into the air, the artificial seeds can track the surrounding area and collect samples in hard-to-reach places. Wow, so interesting. Everyone, in that sentence, we see release, which is a verb. It is to stop holding something or stop it from being held, so it can move, fall, fly, or just move freely. An example sentence using this word would be the car factory down the road releases smoke into the air.
Release 这个动词呢是释放，会用 release A into B， 那就是将 A 释放到 B 之中。那有什么样的例子呢？比如说 release gas into the air， 将气体释放到空气当中，或者是 release seeds into the environment， 将种子释放到环境当中。所以说当被释放到空中的时候，这些人造种子它可以追踪周围的环境，并在难以到达的地方收集样本哦。
Continuing, it says, the researchers applied a special material to the seeds. And there we see everyone the verb apply, which is to put or spread something such as paint, liquid, or medicine onto a surface. So an example using the word apply, we could say, I helped my friend apply sunscreen to her face before going to the beach.Apply
这个动词是涂或抹，那我们要说把什么东西涂抹到谁身上或是另外一个东西上头，我们可以用 apply A to B， 像是呢例句里面有提到的 apply sunscreen to one's face or skin， 就是在脸上或是皮肤上涂抹防晒乳。那研究人员呢在这一些种子上头涂上的是一种 special material， 特殊的材料。
Continuing everyone, it says, it blank them to change shape when they're exposed to light.
Expose 这个动词是使暴露于……那我们很常见的用法是 be 动词在前方 be exposed to something， 好，使暴露于……那我们看到这个 blank 空格的地方，因为呢这个主词 it 是一个第三人称单数，所以我们知道说空格这里的动词时态呢是现在简单式，那后方接的是 them to change shape， 表示这个动词后面应该要接的是受词，然后再加 to 以及一个原形动词的句型。 A 选项是 enables， 好，它代表的是使能够，它的结构是 enable 人或物 to do something。 那如果放到我们句子里面来是适合的因为我们的句子就可以变成 It enables them to change shape when they're exposed to light， 这让他们在接触到光的时候能够改变形状。那你说 B、C、D 为什么不可以呢？ B 选项是 advises， 它是建议，那通常的用法是 advise 人 to do something， 那在这边语义是不合适的，所以我们不会选这个选项。再来 C 选项 persuades 是说服，常用的形式是 persuade somebody to do something， 但是呢如果我们说说服他们改变形状，这个也不合理，所以也不是我们的答案。那最后一个选项 determines， 它是决定，用法是 determine that 后面加上主词或是动词，或者是另外一种 determine to do something， 那这边也是不符合句型的，好，是结构错误，所以呢我们总归答案就是 A 选项 enables。
So now everyone, let's read that sentence again. It enables them to change shape when they're exposed to light. Continuing with the article, it says, this helps the seeds spin and move through the air in a controlled way, so they can collect data in different places.
这帮助种子呢以受控的方式旋转并在空中移动，因此呢它们可以在不同的地点收集数据。
Wow. So if I had one of these maybe seeds around the house flying around our area, it could collect data to tell you that I need to clean the dishes or maybe or sweep the floor. All right, jumping back to our article, everyone, it says, blank, these seeds are even better than real ones.
好，我们看到这个句子要表达的是呢，这些人造种子其实比真的种子还要厉害，是一种令人惊讶的事实要表达出来。所以 A、B、C、D 四个选项我们来看哦。 A 选项是 as always， 解释为一如往常，表示事情照惯例发生，那语气在这边是不适合的。那 B 选项 in fact 解释为事实上，用来补充说明强调前面的内容，是文章当中常见的转折语，有承上启下的作用。那文章呢会接着带出更多人造种子的好，以及与真正种子相较之下它们的优势是什么，所以是适合我们的答案的。那 C 选项呢 even so 解释为尽管如此，它会放在负面的讯息之后，表示尽管如此还是……它是一个让步语气，在这边也是不适合的。那最后一个 after all 解释为毕竟，它用来补充一个理由或是原因，帮助说明你为什么这样做这样想。 那通常前面是一个决定或是想法 After all 后面会解释你是为什么这样子去想，为什么会做这样的决定，所以也不适合放在这边。所以正确答案是 B, in fact.
All right, so let's try to read that sentence again. In fact, these seeds are even better than real ones.
事实上，这些种子甚至比真正的种子还要厉害。
Uh-oh, you better not let the real seeds know that these fake seeds are better than them.
So later on in the article, we're going to talk about how good these seeds are, right?
Right. Getting back to the article, everyone, it says they can change direction more easily and travel farther in the wind.
它们可以更容易的改变方向，并在风中飞得更远。
Continuing, to further dive into possible uses of these tiny robots, researchers have connected them to GPS and sensors. And there we see the phrase dive into something, and that is to start doing something with enthusiasm, so with happiness or you're wanting to do it. An example sentence we could say using the phrase dive into something would be, Jason couldn't wait to dive into his new book as soon as he got home. Or a lot of times, Elsie, when I go to a buffet and I'm so hungry I can't wait to eat, I could say, when we arrived at the buffet, everyone dived into the delicious food.
Oh, so you can actually dive into food.
Figuratively speaking, yes.
Oh, interesting.
Now, the other word we see in that sentence was connect, which is a verb. It's to join two or more things together. An example sentence using this word would be, you need to connect the charger to your phone to charge it.
好，我们整理一下咯。首先看到的 dive into something 是全心投入、潜心钻研的意思。那另外这个动词 connect 是连接、是连通，我们可以说 connect A to B， 也就是将 A 连接到 B。那另外这个名词sensor 指的是感测器或是感应装置，所以课文在这边说到的是呢，为了进一步探索这些微型机器人的潜在用途，研究人员们将它们与 GPS 还有感测器连接起来。
And so these seeds can do a lot of things, multiple different things, and our article continues by saying, because of these features, the seeds can check blank like pH levels and heavy metal pollution. And there, everyone, we see the noun feature, which is, a special part of something. An easy example would be, one cool feature of the new iPhone is the high-quality camera. Another word we see in that sentence is the noun pollution, which is dirty or harmful things in the air, water, or on land. So an example using this sentence or example using this word pollution would be, too much pollution in the river makes it unsafe for fish to live.
好，我们首先看到的 feature 在这边当名词使用是功能或是特色，那我们可以用 special 或是 unique 来形容后面的 feature， 那就是特殊独特的特色。那还有是 safety feature， 那就是安全功能，你可以用不同的形容词来形容它。那另外呢，我们看到的名词 pollution 是污染或是污染物。我们生活周遭呢有很多种不同的污染，包括 air pollution 空气污染， water pollution 水污染，还有就是 noise pollution 噪音污染。那这个格子呢，由于后方我们看到的 pH levels 酸碱值，还有 heavy metal pollution 重金属污染，都是跟环境监测有关的名词，所以我们就可以推敲出空格要能包含这些东西。比如说 A 选项的 animal cells 动物细胞不能包括后面的这两个，所以是不能选的。那 B 选项 social trends 社会趋势更不可能。C 选项的 weather patterns 气候形态也不能包括这两件事。那只有第四个 D environmental factors 环境因子才可以包含酸碱值还有重金属污染，所以呢我们的正确答案就是 D。
Ding, 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 you're right, D. So now let's read this sentence again. Because of these features, the seeds can check environmental factors like pH levels and heavy metal pollution.
这句的中文是呢，由于这些功能，种子能够检测像是酸碱值，就是 pH 值，还有这个重金属污染等环境因子。
Continuing, it says, this technology could also be useful for search and rescue task, blank animal studies.
Rescue 这边当名词使用是救援或是营救。那句中 search and rescue tasks， 还有就是后方的 animal studies， 它们是这个并列的关系，意思是除了 A 也对 B 有用，所以空格应该要填 as well as 来表示也以及的这个连接词。所以呢 A 选项 due to 代表由于不能够放在这边， B 选项 out of 出于点点点也不适合， D 选项的 in comparison with 与点点点相比，它是在表示比较，不是并列，所以语气也是不符的。我们可以总结出来，答案就是 C as well as。
Now let's read that sentence again, everyone. This technology could also be useful for search and rescue tasks as well as animal studies.
这项技术也可能对搜救任务以及动物研究有所帮助。
Finishing up our article, it says blank is possible for these artificial seeds, blank an important tool across several fields in the future.
哇，所以我们这边看到 two blanks 两个空格，这句话使用的是常见的虚主词句型，也就是 it is 或是 it was 加上形容词之后，加上 for 一个人或物，再接上 to 以及原形动词。它表示的是某人某物要做某事是怎样的，是如何的，比如说是重要的、容易的、困难的还是可能的。那在我们的课文当中，我们后面接的是 possible 这个形容词， It is possible for somebody or something to do， 后面加上这个 to， 后面加上原形动词，代表某人某物有可能去做某件事情，所以呢，我们的答案是 B 选项。那 C 和 D 都是 that 开头，后面必须要接完整的子句，所以不适合放在这边。
So let's go over that sentence, everyone. It is possible for these artificial seeds to become an important tool across several fields in the future.
好，我们今天课文最后就说了，这些人造种子未来有可能成为多个领域当中的重要工具。同学们还喜欢今天的主题吗？不要忘了按赞、订阅、分享我们的 YouTube channel 还有 Facebook 哦。
Now our Facebook, or seriously, not our Facebook question, but our For You chat question for the day, everyone says, what feature would you want to add to the artificial maple seeds?
Oh, the features I would want to add to the artificial maple seeds are tiny cameras.
Ooh, yeah, you want to see things, huh?
Because they could take pictures of places we can't see.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I would also add lights so they can work at night.
Whoa, cool. All right. I like those ideas. I think they're great. I think maybe I would add tiny speakers so they can send out sounds if they find something important. And maybe add water sensors to help scientists learn more about rain and rivers. Well, everyone, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this interesting article about maple seeds and the technology behind. My name is Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Spin. David made the toy top spin on the table and watched it move very fast. Release. The factory was heavily fined and shut down for releasing chemical waste into the river. Apply. A special paint has been applied to this wooden bench to protect it from the rain. Connect. The worker came to connect the new washing machine to the water and power lines so it could be used properly. Feature. One useful feature of this watch is that it can show the weather and temperature. Pollution. Fish are dying in this lake because of the pollution from garbage in the water.
智慧小补帖
Researcher. Researcher. Expose. Censor. Rescue.